Right. So, in the last session, we have discussed about the key aspects of vulnerability assessment in context to the cybersecurity is concerned as an analyst. Now, being a cybersecurity analyst, we need to discuss about what are the different types of cybersecurity types we have, right? So, what are the different types we have, right? So, that part we are going to discuss today. So, the types are as follows. So the types are as follows, as in when I mentioned you, what are the different types and all that. So types are as follows. The first one about uh, network vulnerability assessment. The first one about network vulnerability assessment, which is the first one. The second about web application vulnerability assessment. The second one about web application vulnerability assessment. Next, host-based vulnerability assessment. For host-based vulnerability assessment. Next, fourth one about wireless network vulnerability assessment. Last but not least, which is about cloud security. Cloud security assessment. Okay, so these are the different assessments we have. One is about type vulnerability assessment. Second is about web application vulnerability assessment, host-based vulnerability assessment, wireless network vulnerability assessment, followed by cloud security vulnerability assessments. Right, so cloud security vulnerability assessment. So these are the 5 different types normally we have as far as the types of vulnerabilities are concerned. Now, when it comes to the different vulnerability types, as in when I mentioned you, which is about the first one about network vulnerability assessment, majorly focusing on the network devices, especially routers or firewalls or switches and all, as well as the kind of infrastructure, majorly to identify the weakness that could be exploited remotely. When it comes to the web application vulnerability assessment, majorly concentrating on web applications to identify the kind of common flaws like SQL injection or cross-site scripting, which is called XSS, and insecure session management, all that stuff. Third one about host-based vulnerability assessment, which is majorly focuses on individual devices, something like servers, desktop, laptops, and as well as evaluate the security posture, including the patches, user access, security configurations, etc. Next one about wireless network vulnerability assessments, majorly targeting the vulnerabilities in wireless networks such as weak Wi-Fi or encryption or misconfigured access points, which can be exploited for unauthorized access, all that. Next one about cloud security assessment, majorly focusing on vulnerabilities in the cloud environment, majorly to ensure the proper security configurations are in place to protect any kind of sensitive data and as well as services, the kind of benefits that are involved. Everything will be part of cloud security assessment. So these are the different types of security assessments which normally we have under vulnerability assessment under cybersecurity. Being a cybersecurity analyst, we must be good with.